Get ready with me for a date while I explain why I quit day trading and closed my 6-figure day trading community. I've been sitting on how to tell y'all about this for a few months now, and a couple hours ago I finally said, you know what, I'm gonna record it today as I'm getting ready for this date, because if you know, a robe, a bonnet, and a bare face is how I built this community in the first place. For years, day trading was not just a bunch of strategies and lines on a chart. It became my entire identity, to the point where I was waking up and checking the charts before I would pray. Insane, y'all. I felt like if I didn't get up and post these entry and exit levels pre-market and be the first one on the internet to post it and to be the most accurate and to have all of these people post their profits that's going into their household so that I could post it for marketing, I was a failure. Like, if I didn't do that, I thought I was a failure, which is just insane to say out loud now. And I'm just really glad that I've been delivered and released from the shackles of all that. Okay, because I don't have a personality type for it. I just simply don't. I was bringing in 6 figures on a good year, eating it up, loved it real bad. But eventually I realized that I had lost the ability to tell the difference between Alexandria, the internet service provider, and Alex. And that did not feel good. Like, when I realized that I was lost, I knew I had to make some changes. There's some mornings that I would wake up and having an anxiety attack before I even got out of bed and had a chance to give it to God. I would look at the clock and then just want to cry because the market was gonna open in a couple hours, and that meant that, okay, I gotta perform, I gotta find the perfect setup, I gotta go 500%, or else the people gonna riot, and then what good am I? Obviously, now I recognize that I'm a lot of good. I hold value outside of what the market allows for me to make that day. The part that makes me sad for that version of Alexandria is that I thought that's what commitment looked like. I thought that's what being a good community leader was. Run myself ragged to make everybody else happy. This is no shade to anybody who was in my community at the time. Love y'all down. Hope you're doing well. I can only speak for myself and say that, child, my body was so tired that when I did crash, I know that I slept for about 15 hours straight, to the point where my partner was scared. From the time that I realized that my body and my mental health was negatively affected until the time that I closed the community, it was still about a year. It was about a year. Because again, I was struggling with, if I don't do this, then who am I? And also, like I said, I was pulling in 6 figures, and that's not an easy thing to walk away from. It literally felt like I was leaving money on the table on purpose, which I guess I was. But eventually I did walk away from it, and like I said, it had nothing to do with the money or the people in my community, but it had everything to do with the fact that I had wrapped my identity into this one thing, which stunted my growth and my elevation into who I knew that I actually wanted to be. I'm still learning how to build while being myself, but I'm more at peace now. It's all about progress, not mastery. I prayed on the decision to close the Discord down more than I planned it, and I know that's why it's working in my favor now the way that it is. Like, y'all, I literally made the announcement inside of the community on a Monday, and maybe like 8 days later, yeah, I'm out. I'm out, y'all. Let me make sure that y'all land in another really great community, but me, myself, and I got plans to elevate, and I hope that you elevate with me. But if not, it's been real, it's been beautiful, it's been great. And when I was praying, something that's really significant to me is that God did not tell me that I was a quitter. He reminded me of what my original mission was and what my original passion is, and that's helping people create wealth. I don't know if I have ever really shared with y'all before that I went to a private school, a predominantly real white private school, okay? It was me and 2 other black females. I think in the entire school there was maybe 7 black females, or 7 people, black people, period. Disgusting. But, you know, shout out to my mama for doing what she had to do to make sure I had a good education. All the things there. But what I'm saying is that I grew up around wealth. wealth that I didn't see at home or just in my community. And so I always knew that I wanted more. You know, some might call me bougie. Okay, cool. I just knew that I wanted more out of life. Thing is that I was getting to a point where day trading and I was also mentoring, like doing one-on-one mentorships. It did not align with what I was doing, which was creating sources of income outside of the market so that I was building wealth. I'm not saying that you can't, you know, make millions of dollars from day trading. Absolutely. It's just not what I wanted to do. It wasn't for me. God loudly reminded me that one account sitting alone was never my purpose. It was never what I wanted to do. So in that season of self-doubt, it's crazy because I actually opened a laundromat. I bought a home to turn into an Airbnb. And then also as well as an office space. Did nobody have time to sit up in this office and day trade for other people all day? No. Upon further research, I found that there is a career known as an investment advisor representative. And that simply meant that I get to be bossy and tell people the best way that they should spend their money and how they should save it and how they should invest. And I was like, oh, this is for me. Now, one of the things about being an IRA is that it is heavily regulated, babes. I ain't even gonna get into all of it because y'all don't care. But I have a fiduciary duty, and that duty is like the advice that I give, it needs to be very specific to the person that I'm talking to. Therefore, I need to know what your financial situation is in order to say, yeah, Microsoft is a good investment. I can't just put that out as a blanket statement because it might not be good for everyone to invest in that season in their life or ever, right? So again, it was another reason why it was like, okay, yeah, you're gonna have to close down this Trading Signals Discord. Elevate, elevate, or whatever the rest of that song say. So now that I'm licensed as an IRA, Wall Street Been Black still exists as content, but my job in the financial literacy space is under Wealth Table Advisory and Wealth Table Academy, which is the self-paced learning hub. Y'all know what I'm saying. So with me being registered as an IAR, Wall Street Been Black still exists for content purposes, but I now do my financial literacy education under the branding of Wealth Table Advisory and Wealth Table Academy. And y'all, when I say I have not been this happy in years, it has been years since I have been this happy. I literally get to sit down with people and help them create plans, like whether it's a study plan because they want to day trade, or it's a budgeting plan, retirement, whatever it is. But it's like I get to see them go through the steps and see the pride that they have in completing the steps that I give them versus handing them a signal and hoping that they see it in enough time to enter and exit and make the same money that I'm making, which is pretty hard to do, babes. If we're gonna keep it a buck, it's kind of hard to do. I mean, I do own several buildings, so it was high time I started helping people create their own tables so that they could then go build their own building. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh my gosh. And another thing too, I was like quietly and then kind of publicly started saying, ugh, why are you day trading when you could swing trade? Like, why are you doing this when you could do that? When you could just go to the monthly chart and enter into this swing trade and just sit back and then go be able to do whatever else it is that you want to do. That's not everybody's journey, right? Not everybody opened a laundromat and was in a financial position to where they could get into a trade and then sit back for 3 to 6 months, you know, for the profit. Some people need the funds in hands right now. Got it. Yeah, but that also doesn't mean that I had to be a part of it if I didn't agree with it, you know? And so I had to come to terms with that as well. Now that I'm getting this off of my chest and I'm gonna post the content and all of that, I'm really excited because I miss posting the Real Housewives of Capitalism content, it was so much fun for me to break down recent stock market and geopolitical headlines and all that, and just explain how the moves that all the housewives are making affects our pockets and what it is that we can do to not get left behind. You know what I'm saying? I'm so excited to get back into those recaps. I'm actually really nervous making this video, and kind of just the thought of putting it out and public consumption. And then I'm also kind of wondering, like, oh my gosh, did I leave y'all for too long? Are the people still gonna remember me and, you know, give a frick about my content? But I think whoever sees it, it was meant for them to see. What other major changes have I made in my life and career? Oh, well, I am going to host an event in October in Dallas, Texas. I'll drop details on that very, very, very soon. But it's going to be under Wealth Table Advisory, and we're going to talk about more than just investing. Because before you start investing, do you have an emergency fund before you begin investing? Because what if your car break down and then you sell all your shares of Apple to go pay for your car? No. That's why you need to have an emergency fund first and a savings account. Then you need to know what's your future plans. That's gonna tell you what you need to trade and invest in right there. That's gonna let you know, so you're not just getting on the market all willy-nilly. You know? I'm a fan of blush blindness. Say nothing. What am I up to these days? Building out the office space for Wealth Table Advisory so I can take in-person clients here in Arkansas. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna host a free webinar for the community. I just don't know what it's gonna be. Obviously not trading, because I'm trying to move away from that and from that being the expectations of Alexandria. So I definitely know it's going to be budgeting and building accounts for minors. Definitely want to talk about estate planning and all of that, but we'll just see as far as what the free webinar will be. But the in-person event that I'm doing in Dallas is definitely including all that and some. So make sure you tap in with me on that one. So now I'm spending my days dilly-dallying. I go to the laundromat when it's time to be at the laundromat, like to do payroll or watch a machine get put in, something like that, right? Come on, Rihanna. Girlie said if you want that soft life, you have to start dilly-dallying, and that is quite literally what I spend my days doing. I hang out with my dogs, I go see my godkids, I go to the laundromat and to the office space. I go to the place of businesses when it's time to pay payroll, and I advise my clients and teach classes when I feel like it. But I no longer have my identity wrapped up in what I feel like I have to do, because if I don't, people aren't gonna like me. I'm about to be 35. I honestly could give a good goddamn, to be honest. My next business that I want to open is a car wash, because all my sources of income, baby, I gotta create income in an industry that AI can't take over. I had posed a question on Threads where I said, how much money is rich or wealthy to you? And I'm so thankful that a lot of the responses where there isn't a number on it, it's like a state of peace and a state of mind. And for me, I don't desire to be a multi-millionaire or like a billionaire. I mean, you could give me the millions, God, I ain't turning that down. But I've just said, I'm not trying to have a net worth of $100 million. I'm trying to build businesses that will last for at least 3 generations, you know? So a car wash, baby, I'm coming for that car wash. That car wash is up next. That car wash is up next, okay? I'm gonna get me that eventually. I want to continue to put my curriculum from the Wealth Table Academy inside of different homeschooling cohorts and private schools, charter schools. Honestly, I'm not really interested in putting it into public schools because the Department of Education has been defunded, baby. Y'all can't do nothing for me. Can't do nothing for me because you can barely do anything for them damn kids. I don't know if I really clarified that I didn't leave the stock market. I did not leave the stock market. I left day trading. I left signaling. That I left alone. But the stock market, no, I'll never do that because I love it, and it's provided me so much that I was able to take out of the stock market and put into building businesses and these accounts for my God, just all the things, right? I left day trading. That's what I left. Because I'm not sitting up in here for 6 hours. Not when I can analyze a company, listen to that earnings call, pay attention to what their forward guidance is, go to that quarterly chart, to that monthly chart. But it take me about 20 minutes to find a swing trade, analyze it, get my entry, set my alert, find the contract that I want to get, and then by the time my alert go off, I could be getting my nails done, and I look and it's like, oh, get into 1, 2, 3 strike price 1 million. I'm trying not to say anything specific. Like, oh, I can get into, oh, okay, alert went off, get into this, bet. Then need to, bet. I love a 20-minute work day, babe. I'm trying to live that soft life. And by soft life, I mean I did not leave the plantation, aka the military, and then working at a daycare after the military to come to the plantation and sit in front of these charts all day. That's not my life goal. Not mine. If you know, you know, you gotta take a deep breath on this one. Can we get some flavored setting spray? Terrible suggestion. Terrible suggestion. Kids, stay in school. Don't do drugs. Okay, I had to finish off camera because I'm definitely running behind. But the final products definitely will make the wait worth it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, continuing to support me. And I'll see y'all on the Real House of Capitalism recap. Bye.